Hello, thank you for listening to the Fillet podcast. This is episode 118. I am Grant Fierro, and this is Michael Medina, as always. This week, we're going to talk about Alexis Sablone being welcomed with a video part and pro boards on the weekend. The Barracks releasing Manny Santiago's Battle Commander, Stephen Lohr's Recruit, which we have yet to speak about, even though that was a little over a week ago, and a couple other pro boards. So, to start us off, Mike, let's talk about Alexis Sablone. She was announced on weekend. She's been skating their boards for a while, so I think a decent amount of people weren't shocked by it. But we did
I
get a
think
video part
I
as
think the
well as
most
board.
of the confusion came with, had she been pro already or did she turn pro for weekend? Is a lot of the confusion that I was hearing.
Yeah,
Which in trying to do research for an article I did on United about Alexis turning pro for weekend, or being pro for weekend, I should say, um, I couldn't find any information about a prior board with her name on it. All I was finding was that she was really, really obviously, which I knew already, that she was really active in like the ladies pro circuit, you know what I mean? Like contest wise,
yeah,
which is like, I guess, realizing now that even though you're AM in the female skating world, you skate in pro contests quite often, which is that's
hmm
kind of just the norm. Just I believe probably just because there's so few of skaters at that contest ready level, I
and they're
guess.
just not as split up as much as like a men's contest was.
Do you think that that's due to sponsors, or what do you think that is, that AMs are skating pro contests so like frequently?
I would say my assumption is that there's obviously not as many amateur women skateboarders as men.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a reason to do a women's M contest and then a women's pro contest because there's
Okay,
not
then
that
why
many
even call it a
segments. You might
why
as well
why
group them
call
together.
it? I feel you on that, but then why call it a pro contest? Why not just call it the women's division?
I don't know. Pro sounds nice. They win money. A lot of them might not have a pro board, but they're getting paid by someone. So at the end of the day, are they technically pro? Yeah.
All right.
But
Anyway,
but
back
by
to
definition, they are
no,
pro. Maybe
no,
not in
totally.
skateboarding's terms,
Well,
but
she used to get. I was reading that she was getting organic boards.
did you say what was that? Organica?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't know that either, which is a complete and utter surprise to me when I read that.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. That is surprising.
Whatever. I
I had
think
no
that like
idea.
you and I were kind of speaking about it like before the show. Like I feel like there's a certain list, so to speak, of like women skaters that are at this elite level. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like this like legendary, like just known level, so to speak, like just this has established their spot in skating kind of thing. And I
hmm
think that she's definitely on like the higher end of that list. Because I mean, like, dude, we've known about Alexis Sablone forever, and like the number one thing that comes up when we like women's skateboarding gets into the discussion along with men's skateboarding is always like the style. We always hear about style and stuff like that. But it's like that woman's style is absolutely undeniable. Along with Lacey Baker, like it's undeniable. That shit is fired. Like she looks like she's chilling. Switch flip over the fucking over the
The
can
trash
trash
can.
can.
Yeah, as well as the
Ooh,
trick selection. I mean,
ugh. That switch
that was
flip was
really good
straight
quality.
fire.
That was a really good looking switch flip.
That switch flip was straight fire, dude. I watched it like 5 times in a row because like YouTube, you can do a little 10-second thing now if you double tap on your phone.
Okay.
Goes back 10 seconds. So it's pretty sick. I get to watch. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Tight. But fucking yeah, dude. I think that had she like I thought in my head before I started doing this like little article on her or whatever, I thought that she was pro for one of like the quote unquote girl companies, like the
Like
Meow, the
meow or
Hoopla.
something.
Yeah, in my mind, honestly, I thought she was pro for Hoopla.
Okay.
Is what I
Yeah, that
actually
makes
thought
sense.
going into this. And I was like, oh shit, like I kind of think Weekend turned her pro, which is the best case scenario for her, dude. Like get on the team that you've been riding boards from, but you're not only on, like you're fucking on. Like
Yeah.
the other people that they've turned pro are heavy. Like they're all extremely good skateboarders. You know what I mean?
Weekend, you're saying?
Weekend, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Weekend is a really cool lineup.
Like obviously I've had my beef with Johan Stuckey's style. It's just not for me, whatever. But like I know he's a great skateboarder. You know what I mean? Like I get it. I'm not stupid. But I don't know, dude.
I mean, yeah, they definitely have a super cool lineup and put out a lot of cool video projects, like with a lot of the team together. So I think it'll be cool to see her like on some trips, or whether they're in LA, wherever they are filming those things will be
Totally. Even though it's VX footage, whatever. Dude, I was trying to like get like a screen capture for like a decent photo I could use on like a United Post or whatever, you know? And I was just like, why am I even trying? Like everything I screenshot's gonna look like shit anyway.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. But no, what was I gonna say, dude? No, I got like obviously I've known about her for quite some time now. She's been around for
Yeah, for a
fucking
while.
well, how do you know about her, honestly? Because I know about her from PJ Ladd Wonderful Horrible Life.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, I figured that's how you'd know about her too.
well, I mean, that's probably where I first have heard of her, but I don't know. I've always like every time I've seen a women's contest, I feel like she skates all those. So I've like seen her name around there as well, and I don't know, kind of just random stuff here and there.
Okay, I was actually curious. I was like, I had that in my fucking notes to ask you where you know her from.
Yeah,
That's sick.
maybe contests or like seeing her in PJ's video. I don't know.
That video is so fucking crazy. You realize that was from 2002?
3, right? 2?
2002. That's
crazy.
Fucking nuts, dude. Like that is a
PJ
relic.
Doesn't PJ front 360 heel down like a 7?
Dude, PJ Ladd's flat ground / just flip trick game in that is next level shit that will probably never happen again. Like his board feel, his board comfortability is absolutely next fucking planet in that entire video.
Yeah,
and that's where we get young Jeremy Rogers too.
Yes.
Sick.
What about did Jeremy Rogers have his own video too called Neighborhood?
It's PJ Rogers neighbor or yeah,
Jeremy
something
Rogers
like that. Jeremy Rogers
Mr. Rogers, something like that.
Yeah, Jeremy Rogers Neighborhood.
And isn't like I think Mike Mo's in it. It's like so some Valley kids, like Mike Mo. I think just Paul.
That's just so funny. But back to Alexis. No, I feel like I was reintroduced to her through that super rad fucking New Balance commercial.
Yes, yes.
That commercial's sick. I've watched it a few times.
Yeah, it is cool. And it's
more of like a little mini doc.
Like they were backing her when that.
Me neither. I feel like it's more of like a mini documentary than like a commercial.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like a quick 15-second ad. It's like a
no. It's not that good, Kyle. That good K-Walks ad.
I knew you were gonna say that. That is your favorite ad. It's solid. My favorite part that he calls a waffle crispy.
And he daps him up as he's fucking skating away.
Yeah, just like crispy the waffle. I thought that was funny. Well, and that 50 was insane.
That ad is brilliant. But anyway, yeah, man, stoked for Alexis actually. I should say actually, very stoked for Alexis. She's the shit.
Mike, now that we mentioned these two, PJ's video and Jeremy Rogers, do you know like was PJ's Wonderful Horrible Life? Was that like in like who was sponsored? Like I get that wasn't like a brand's video, but like how did that?
I was gonna say it wasn't. It was just like back then things weren't. They didn't come about like they just fucking happened.
I know, but like there has to be like.
We didn't hear PJ was filming for a
money into it, don't you?
Dude. You would think so, dude. I mean, like, I really don't know. Like,
it's so random.
It was like, never like.
To now.
It was never. Yeah, exactly. Where like they throw the logos up first thing as soon as the fucking thing comes up. Yeah, you know what I mean, I do. I truly don't know, man. I just remember that like, it was like right when I kind of like started watching video parts a lot. So it's like even if there was prior information about this shit coming out, I don't think I would have really known about it. Like back then, videos were just so far in between that like as a little kid, there was no Instagram, there was no Twitter to keep up with it. As a little kid, we just skated for 10 hours a day and fell asleep. And then holy shit, we went to the skate shop and there was a new
Yeah.
video there. Like that's basically how it went down for me growing up.
Hmm.
Which seems kind of fucking weird. Like this
Yeah,
shit
that
has
is.
come full circle, man. Like now we know about video projects months before their release.
Yeah, yeah, way
Years even.
before.
That's kind of gnarly. Like I would never that's just so different. Like back then you would literally know about it from seeing it at your skate shop or CCS.
Okay, Mike, I actually just looked this up, and have you ever heard of the skate shop Coliseum?
Yes. Isn't that like isn't that's kind of like one of the big ones, isn't it?
Honestly, I'm not familiar with it,
I think it's one of the OG
but
ones. I feel like it's still around.
it says it was in Boston. I don't know if it's still around. I'll look that up next.
I mean, they're from Boston,
But
all those people.
they
Isn't Ryan Gallant in there too?
yeah, hold on. What I'm trying to say is that
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
their like
Ryan
they
Gallant is in
sponsored the
there.
video. They sponsored PJ Ladd's Wonderful Horrible Life.
That's rad. Well, there isn't like there's like mad trips involved in it or anything for it to be really sponsored.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Not like a fucking video part nowadays
Maybe
where it's
their filmer or something like that.
true that. I don't know.
Um, that's cool. Yeah, I don't. You know, I'm gonna look that
Who
up
else
because I've
is
never
in
heard of
it,
that
dude?
shop. I don't feel like it's still around.
Ryan Gallant is for sure in that. I'm trying to
Yeah,
think
it
of who
said. Let's
else
see,
is
does it
there.
list it? Ryan
I don't
Gallant, Jimmy
know.
Rogers. I guess it has like a section of the rest of the team riders for Coliseum.
Yeah, definitely. It has like a friend section.
When I think of skate shops in Boston, I think of Orchard.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think it's still around.
Huh. I feel like I've definitely maybe I know it from that video. I mean, I've watched that
Also, yeah,
video fucking a
it's
bajillion times.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyway,
Um, what should we go into next?
I don't know. What would you like to talk about?
The Barracks released a couple projects. A project each of the past 2 weekends. So let's do that. Let's do
I
Manny's.
think
What was that?
which one came out first, Steven?
A week and a half ago, and then Manny's was this past weekend.
Oh, okay.
So we can start with Steven. His came out first. His is a recruit. Mike, I know you forever as a longtime Stephen Lawyer fan from his Mafia parts. Actually, probably from his
Shep Dogs.
Stepdogs part, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Stepdogs, footage from Mafia, just mainly what he's put out over the years.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
What did you think of this recruit?
I have mixed feelings.
Okay.
I think that he's definitely mixed up his steez, right? Like along with what he wears, like the tricks that he does, like it's switched up a lot since he's joined Mafias, especially since the Shep Dogs 4 part. Um, what I think at this point is that like there's like this new, like not like it's a fucking new found, like discovery or something that this breed of skateboarder exists that has 3 color camo pants and shit and loves Instagram. Like it's common. We see it constantly now, right? And I think that he's definitely at like the absolute helm of that. Like he is the leader of this Instagram skateboarder, like the quote unquote Instagram skater. He is that. Like he's the leader of that. He's better than everyone else that does that shit. He's better at it than them. He's more creative with it than them. And I'd like my number one thing with this, like I said, I had mixed feelings. You know me as a big Stephen Lawyer fan. All of these tricks that he's doing, the Chrisley, the sex changey, flippity floppy, cross leg shit, it's
Yeah.
all so hard. It's undeniably hard to do, right? Like as a skateboarder, it's hard.
Yeah.
You can't just go do that shit, right? But it's like, it's like he almost put himself in a corner. Like, this is what I do now. I just did a whole video part of the same shit, right? But like, here's my thing: is like, if he were to apply it to the streets,
I've been
do you
thinking.
think? Do you think? I guess my question for you, and I guess for my question for anybody is like, do you think that if he were to apply, say, this exact recruit part or edit, I should say, his exact recruit to street spots, do you think it would get praise or would it get thumbs down?
Do I think it would get? I think
Because
it
at
would get
that
a
point,
lot of both. I think it would be hugely mixed.
well, here's the thing though, is like
I mean,
seeing
his recruit had, I mean, kids that were super psyched on it, and it also had people that didn't like the trick selection and didn't want to
agreed.
watch.
Agreed, but here's the thing is that those obstacles are specifically designed for skateboarding, right? The hubbas are perfect, the rails are perfect, the ground is perfect. If you were to do that railie, that slap in the rail, fucking heel, nollie heel, slap the rail, pop over thing in the streets, that's fucked.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, no matter who does it, that's fucked. Like,
yeah,
if
and
you
finding a spot for that in the streets would be a lot more challenging.
agreed, agreed, and it would look cool, right? And like, especially the hubba tricks, like the cross-legged hubba tricks. If he does that in the streets, that's fucking absurd.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what
it
I
would be
mean?
crazy
But
for those tricks to. I mean, I don't know. My thoughts are, first of all, like those tricks that you're kind of calling like the Instagram skater, like stuff that really pops off on Instagram, and a lot of people like have their own takes on it.
mhm.
Is what we see on Instagram a lot. So it is at skate parks mainly.
It's always at skate parks. It's
First of
not
all,
mainly. It's
but
not
I mean,
mainly at
we've
skate
seen
parks.
people with that similar style of skateboarding do some similar tricks in the streets.
I suppose.
Not a ton.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying mainly on
Nothing
Instagram. Yes.
notable.
What?
Nothing notable.
Yajay Popson kind of made me think of that.
What do you do?
It's not as much of that, but just Gary Rogers saying like the whole Instagram pants, like in his trans roll part.
Oh yeah, the
He probably
Instagram
had like a
pants.
couple body varials, but it wasn't like as focused around it as Steven's recruit
It's
was.
focused around it. Good one.
I don't. I mean, this is
I'd
like
say
a
more
weird
like.
topic to talk about.
I'd say
Not
more like. I'd say aim directly towards Instagram tricks.
okay. You could use that.
For
But I
sure.
mean, I agree with that. I just I'm having a hard time wording this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
But
just gonna call them Instagram tricks. I don't really give a fuck.
but yes, I don't know. I think first of all, it'd be interesting to see in the streets, but it would definitely be kind of undeniably, like you've already said, whether you're a fan of it or not, of that trick selection and style of skateboarding. Yeah, obviously, what he's doing is not easy, but
There's no way.
a
It's
lot of people aren't going to
very
like it. A
hard.
lot of people are.
Yeah. Okay, here's my thing though, is I feel like it's a generational split too.
It probably is for sure. For the
For
most
sure,
part.
dude.
For the most part.
Which is absolutely expected.
I mean, are you gonna watch his recruit again? Like, did you? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'll watch it again. But I'm also like a genuine Stephen Lawyer fan at the same time
Yeah,
though.
yeah, that's true.
So like I'm gonna watch it again for sure.
Personally,
But
I'm like super burnt out on all whatever the popular trick on Instagram is. It gets killed really quick.
real
So,
quick.
I'm not denying like the insanity of him like
And the
crossing his legs
difficulty.
onto a hubba and flipping
Yeah.
into it.
The
But is
difficulty
that all I want to
factor
see?
is there.
Variations of that? Personally, no.
Okay, my main thing is I'll just go ahead and say whoever he happens to see it, whoever they can be mad at me, dude. But the kickflip back 5-0 to fakie was by far my favorite trick in the entire edit.
Yes, on the bank to ledge.
What? That
On the
shit
bank-
was straight
Yeah,
fire.
Those two tricks on the bank to ledge are my favorite tricks in it for sure.
Right?
Which is funny because now we're pointing out the two tricks that are less quote unquote Instagrammy or whatever. This conversation is ridiculous, but
It is ridiculous, but it absolutely like that's everyone's thoughts. Everyone I've talked to about this shit is saying the same thing. They either say,
he did flip in and then front 180 pop out, but did he do it frontside flip out, like without flipping in?
yes. No, it was
Okay.
more like, I think it was a hard flip.
Oh yeah, you're right. He did hard flip. What's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
someone in the New Balance said it did a frontside flip out at a street spot out of back 5 I was thinking of that.
Wow.
Yeah, he did a hard flip. That was crazy.
Either one is really gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah, those are probably I would agree, like the two coolest looking tricks in my opinion.
And like the style was just insane. He looks like he just woke up and said, "Yo, Chase, here you go."
Yeah, those were crazy. I can't imagine the hard flip out. I don't know how it doesn't just hit the leg.
That one's and like, dude, I feel like okay, had he done that in a different edit that wasn't focused around these type of tricks, it may have stood out more. That's
Yeah,
all.
well, I think a lot of people either didn't watch it, maybe didn't finish it, or don't even want to like give it any credit because they weren't a fan of most of it. So then they probably were just like, whatever.
Hey, whatever. I definitely think people should watch it. It was fucking gnarly just based on the difficulty factor. You don't got to watch it twice.
Well, let's move on to what they released this past weekend, which was Manny Santiago's Battle Commander.
My thing with this guy, how in the fuck does he varial heal into feeble grinds?
I'm not sure.
Yo, the precision that you need to get into that is next level, man. Are you kidding me? That trick is fucked up. He also does it to back 5-0 on round rails.
Yes, that is crazy.
Like, dude, the death factor is so high on that.
Yeah, if you miss or you're like kind of on your wheel, you're just
You're
going
going,
back over the rail.
your body's going parallel and you're going over one side of that rail.
Yeah, you're bodied.
That dude's nuts.
Yeah,
His
his
board
flipping
control
factor
is
is up
just,
there, dude. He's flipping into everything.
whoa. He's flipping into everything, dude. He's flipping into everything.
Um, I
Do you
think
remember?
we did definitely see like a few new flip-ins that we haven't seen because I feel like we've seen like the front shove 50, feeble 5-0, and the Vero heel into those. Like as insane as they are, we've seen them from him before.
Mhm.
Did he heel flip front lip one of the rails? Because that was sick.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like I remember
He's
that.
also really good at heel flip tricks, just in general, man.
Yeah.
He's got
You know
those in
what
all
really did surprise
stances.
me? I think this was the line. I think there's that little like Pier 7 remake mani pad they have there. And he does nollie heel nose manual nollie flip to start off a line, which I was like, wow, I didn't know he could.
That's
That was
wacky
crazy.
feet. Yeah, that's wacky feet.
And then I'm pretty sure that was when he did the heel flip lip down the 10. That line was crazy. And
I don't
heel flip
know.
front lip is not a trick you see often, so I'm always going to be a fan of that one. That's
Dude,
wild.
fucking banger though. Double flip back 5-0 looks straight fire. Loved it.
Have you seen that trick down a hubba?
Never.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Never. Dude, the way he made a double flip look like I can't hate on it.
Do you generally dislike double flips, Mike?
It depends on the
Yeah, I'm
obstacle
super up in the air. I mean, I'm not
and
anti,
the
but like a lot of them will look
oh,
weird.
I'm definitely not anti. I think that the rocket factor is high.
Exactly. If you can even it out or bone it, then
If
I'm
you
back.
can even it out, I'm gold with you. That sounds great.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
not to cut fucking Manny's battle commander off, but speaking of kickflips, dude, that down challenge was crazy.
Well, should we just get into that a little bit? I mean,
Go
the
on.
Thrasher edit hasn't been released, but everyone's
Yeah.
seen stuff.
Our boy Potato Plop has 12 minutes of raw footy that's straight fire, dude. We should
As
leave a
well
link
as the
in
game
that.
of skate.
Yeah, and we're gonna leave a link in the description because that's our boy.
Yeah, go watch that.
Yeah, his angle of that kickflip shifty, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think Yuri pretty much took the spotlight at the dime challenge.
Yuri stole the show, man. He's
I mean,
stealing the
that's his
year.
trick. Dude, kickflip, shifty, that and hard flip. He is so good at those.
Mm-hmm. I'm
If you watch
back.
his back foot, like remember the one he did in Copenhagen off that kind of like
Yeah,
launch ramp?
definitely.
Like his back foot, he's catching it with like his ankles like rolled.
And
It's
his name is
insane.
sick. His name is tight.
Yuri Facchini.
Yuri Facchini sounds
It look,
sick,
dude. That shifty flip. That gap was huge. Like I don't.
gigantic. Dude, Potato Plop's angle looks fucking unreal, dude. Like the gap looks unreal. It looks like some Tony Hawk shit you'd make in like the build a skate park fucking thing.
Speaking of this, I love how the dime challenge kind of like we would have never, no other contest or really anything are they going to be able to like set that up and have that many people there to watch like something. I don't know, like it's very unique. And
It's the most unique, dude. I love it.
I love like
I need to go. Like it's something that I need to go to like very soon. Like I need to see what this environment's like.
It looks very
excellent. It looks fucking excellent.
You ever hear the music they're playing in the background?
Okay, my main thing. Okay, I'm sorry to all the Canadians. I'm sorry to all like the Dime fans, or whatever. The short dude announcer. What is this dude's name? Because he is a fucking legend. Like I absolutely love this guy, dude. Like there's two announcers, right? There's like a shorter dude and there's like a dude with like a red hat. The shorter dude is a fucking legend.
I bet Daniel will comment on this
Like, dude,
episode.
that is like gotta be my favorite skateboarding announcer in the history of skateboarding announcers.
I love how all the guys working in the event
They're so stoked.
have the overalls with the yellow shirt
Oh
and the
my
hard
god, I
hat.
love it.
It's
And
so
they clean
funny.
up and they clean up beer with their body.
It's so
Oh god, I love it. I love it, dude. There's just so many things about this dime challenge that are just
Dude,
brilliant,
that
dude.
looks yes, I would agree. That looks like an insane event to attend.
I don't know. I love how they just glorify, like they over glorify shit. Just as you know, everything's a joke.
Yeah, I love
Like
it.
I love that.
The
I love that. I
gangster
love
challenge
they
is
have
so
they got
funny.
fucking they got Rob Sluggo boys popping out, doing a fucking grab and ripping his shirt off.
Dude,
Like, are you
every
kidding
time I see
me?
Sluggo on one of those things, I feel like he's like a wrestler or something. He's
He
like,
is. That's like what dude he is. He is, man. I love it.
it's so funny.
I don't
And
know.
then
There's very few things in skateboarding that get me as excited as the dime challenge. Like I get stoked, dude. I
yeah, I was
watched that
hyped
shit.
when I heard
I
it was
watched that shit dead live. Like I was watching everything, ready to go, dude.
there's the Thrasher edit should be dropping I think maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll probably have more to talk about Dime next week. But did you see the second day they do that the skate flat
The
ground going
Steve
down?
Barrett challenge.
Yeah, we'll get yes. There's more I want to talk about that. But did you see when
Yeah.
they're skating flat downhill? See how many tricks they could do in a row?
Yeah, Jamal.
Jamal's fakey front three shoves were like I literally just was cracking up watching it.
I was so
The
hyped.
fact that he's going that fast, fakey front three shove, just like rolling on the ground was so funny. And Lee Yanku's tray flips.
Oh, that was gnarly.
Super
Yeah.
popped. He did like 5 of them. It's
Dude,
crazy.
I don't
They
know.
all get to like 4 or 5, go for one more, and just get tossed.
Those fucking fakey three shoves were awesome.
It was so funny.
I love that guy. Jamal Smith is
Um,
like my favorite skater.
He's excellent. Yeah, so let's talk about. So this year, the Dime Challenge was sponsored by DC. It's been
Awesome.
sponsored by Vans in the past. Vans actually has had a long relationship with Dime. But yeah, so this year was DC. Mike, my first question is: have you seen the stickers that say "unbearable"?
No, what's that?
I believe DC made them. I've seen them like on different DC riders' stories, like on their boards and stuff. So it's the word "unbearable," but "bara"
With
is
Barrett?
capitalized, so it's like
Damn.
So yeah, my point here is
Shade.
not only that, and then there's the Steve Barrett challenge, which was the All-State like barrier sign shootout ledge,
50-50 kickflip out.
which is obviously making a joke at him creating spots, the whole like fake spots thing that everyone's talked about with Barrett in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that I didn't pick up on my own, but Daniel actually potato plop pointed out to me was so the pyramid, what like the wedge gap that Yuri shifty flipped so good. That was like a volcano, or there was like fire. You know, they had fire in the beginning.
Yeah, the
That was
volcano
supposed to be
challenge.
like a play on Scientology. Or wait a
I don't
second.
think anyone got that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
but I
it.
guess
That's the
like
one
people
they.
that were there because I saw someone else like post about that too, or comment about it. So obviously DC is kind of responding to Barra's comments in the past about his unpleasantness with their decision to remove many team riders and the way they went about that. So that, I mean, they responded. So we'll see what goes down with that whole situation.
He just did a Jankum interview, and I haven't been able to read it yet.
I looked at most of it, and they do mention DC. They don't mention the Dime Challenge because in the intro to it, they say that this was a couple weeks ago before the Dime Challenge happened. So that's not a topic. But he is asked about like why did he feel the need to defend a lot of the guys that were kicked off or released from DC. So he mentions all that, which he pretty much says like he just really thinks that it's bad the way that they went about the whole situation, and kind of describes his point of view on it. So that furthers that topic really.
Mhm.
But I won't be shocked if we see Barra kind of respond to the dime challenge of what DC did there.
Right.
Because I mean, obviously he's been very outspoken in general in the past, and very much so with DC in recent months.
Hmm.
But while we're on the topic of DC, um, actually let's save that. Let's talk
Yeah,
about Jack
keep.
Olson.
What about the dime, dude? What was your favorite challenge?
Mm, without seeing the whole video yet, I
You
feel
didn't
like
watch the live video?
I did see that, but I mean, I feel like there's still stuff in that edit that we're gonna see that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I didn't know about T-Funk getting his head smacked like that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I had no idea
Gangster
that
Challenge
happened,
is
man.
probably my favorite.
Gangster Challenge was great. Did you like that they did it over Wade's couch?
Yes, that was so funny.
I fucking love how much love Wade gets, dude. And not to mention my boy, 3-time champion, motherfuckers. We all know what's happening. We all
Dude,
know
his
what's
style is
happening. I
crazy.
thought he was gonna skunk his ass.
His style's crazy.
Yeah, that's my favorite,
It's like
dude.
the
Wade
most
beats him up.
relaxed, like okay, especially the hard flips is what stand out to me for Wade.
His
He's
switch
like
flip.
he just looks like he's chilling.
All of his tricks look like he's chilling. Yeah,
It's
I was so
insane.
hyped on Wade that I rewatched his 9 Club today.
Oh, that's cool. You know which one I
Yeah.
randomly rewatched yesterday? Davis Torgerson.
Davis is Torgy.
Torgy. And that's actually where Krob comes from
Yeah, I know.
that episode.
I
And
remember.
they talk about
They call him
Torgerson.
C-Rob at first, and then he just
Yeah.
says, "All right, Krob."
Dude, yeah, I listened to it because it's only like it's one of the first ones where they're only like 30 minutes. Like it popped up on my
Mhm.
YouTube. I was like, I might as well. And it's crazy like how different the show was. Like if you watch it, you'll notice because like Kelly's not there with the button, and it seems like a lot more quiet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
Did you watch
And they
this week's?
yes.
I liked it. It was tight. I feel like I knew a lot of that stuff already, though.
Well, say
Like
who it
about
was.
Neen.
Neat. Yeah.
Oh, Neen Williams. Yeah, I mean, it was really good. I listen to every podcast every Monday just because, like, I drive around a lot for work or whatever. So, like, it's the
Mhm.
perfect thing.
Yeah.
And it was obviously a great episode. I loved it. The whole cookie thing was absolutely fucking great. But, like, I feel like I knew a lot of that stuff about Neen already.
I was happy that
Also, I definitely had, like, I'm from Chicago. So, like, I knew a lot of the stuff that he was already talking about.
Yeah.
Like I've already know, and like I'm a Neen fan, so like I already knew that he used to be hooked up by Muska and all that stuff. Like I don't know, I just feel like I knew a lot of it already. Like my favorite episodes of the 9 Club have been with like the more like obscure, so to speak, guests. Like the Ryan Clements one, or is that his name? Clement? Yeah.
Ryan Clements.
Like,
Yeah, I love that one.
yeah. His one was like one of top 3.
His Braggs is amazing.
Braggs is amazing too. Wade D's is my favorite, but those are probably my top 3 right there, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
Reynolds.
I was happy that they talked
Reynolds.
the whole shoe thing about Supra and Circa with Neen, just because we haven't really heard anything about that yet.
I think it is crazy that his Circa shoe does look pretty much exactly like that Super shoe that he liked skating.
The Hammer, it is similar.
The Hammer one. It looks almost exactly like it, dude. Like similar is for sure like inspired. That's the word.
Inspired, yes. I mean, that's pretty much what he said. He's like, if I like a shoe, like, why wouldn't I make my shoe based off the shoe that I like?
You like cup sole shoes, Grant?
Not really.
Hate them. Ugh.
Yeah, I can't remember last. No, I don't skate cups. I don't know what the last cup shoe I would have skated was.
I don't like. I skated those suit shoes, dude. They were pretty good, but like, I just still never felt my board the right way.
Okay, tell me this, Mike. Have you noticed like cup soles, the actual sole, the bottom of the shoe always wears out faster.
Feels like that.
It's so weird. I don't get why.
Feels like that.
Especially because vulcanized is obviously like you're generally more board feel, so it's probably thinner.
Always more board feel.
So I don't understand like what. It's weird.
I'm gonna get a bunch of like fuck Volk sole comments. Cup sole bitch.
Dude, I mean Volk is the majority of skateboarders are skating vulcanized shoe at the moment, so Mike,
dude, because they're great.
Speaking of shoes, actually, and we were just talking about Circa. Jack Olson posted on his Instagram last week that he is no longer going to be skating for Circa, which he's been on for a long time.
Since I actually know when.
Oh, really? I don't know when. I just ever since I feel like I've
Yeah,
seen.
I do. I did some homework, dude. So like I know everything now, apparently. No, I'm just kidding. He
Trying to
joined
be
back
Roger.
into shit, no one. No one. That fool's brain is just like 100% skateboarding. Like there's nothing else in there. It's just skateboarding knowledge.
I love that.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. But no, he joined back in 2014 with Ryan Reyes and Taylor Kirby.
Oh, really? I would have. So that's when he was announced. I feel like
Mhm.
I would assume they've been hooking him up longer because I feel like that's all I've ever seen him in. But I don't know. I guess it's 3 years, so it's not short. But
No, it's definitely not short, dude, especially in today's day and age where people jump around like crazy.
yeah,
I'm still waiting for someone to go from like Nike to Adidas
I
or vice
know.
versa.
I agree completely.
I'm waiting for that to
I mean,
happen.
I was surprised that Jamie Foy left Nike, but he was Flow at the time.
I don't feel like whenever I see Jamie Foy footage with Nikes on, it doesn't feel right. I don't know why. It's like that doesn't fit for him in my mind at least.
I don't know.
I don't see
For the
it. I
most
just
part, I feel like you get used to what you get used to. But yeah, definitely people fit better on certain brands than
I
others.
think Diamond footwear just because they're so team oriented is sick.
I think it's cool because he'll probably get a shoe and like within the
He will
next
get a
year and a
shoe. I
half.
can guarantee he'll get a shoe, and that bitch will
Oh, I
sell.
know he'll get one, but yeah, I'm saying it'll probably be soon. Whereas if he was still on Nike, he would be far from getting a shoe.
I saw one of Boo Johnson's tweets, and I guess his shoe is like selling out the ass,
Oh, I
dude.
saw that as well. Yeah, they
Good
sold
for
out.
him. Good for him. I back that.
Jack's been skating in Vans actually since that announcement.
I was gonna, dude. That was my thing for that. I was gonna ask you.
Where do I think he'll go?
Because he says no. He straight up says like the future. So I'm excited for the future or something. Like basically, it feels like he like almost has something going on, or like so he's been in
Okay.
talks with somebody. And it kind of makes me like wonder, like, where's Jack going, dude?
I think Vans would be a good fit.
That'd be a cool fit, man.
One other thing I could see him on, I could see him in the Americas.
Because he doesn't skate with those dudes, though.
Yeah, not really, but I could just see him in their shoes. But who
That'd
on
be
Vans is
cool.
he with a lot? I mean,
Kyle,
Kyle, yeah, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I'd bag Jack on Van. Sounds sick.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, dude, he just released some heavy footage, like we talked
Switch
about.
50 around that round, around that
That
curve there.
photo is amazing. The way he's like,
Dude, he looks. He doesn't even look like. He looks like he like that's
like
not the
he's about
make.
to bail or something.
Yeah, like it looks like it's not a make, but it
Yeah, the
sure
fact that
shit
that's the make
definitely is the make. Yeah, yeah,
it does not. He's not standing on top of the rail. He's like,
I agree.
oop.
His switch stance game is just like
Dude, he's up there
wow.
for switch handrails, like skating handrails switch, especially
Dude,
grinds.
switchback feeble
You know,
Hollywood.
like he might not be doing switch flip back lip like Shane, but he'll sit on the switch grind, which is gnarly.
I don't know. I love it. Jack deserves a board.
Yes, Jack. I mean, I think most people would agree with that.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the
Give.
DC promo video, Mike.
Might as well give Zion one while we're at it, right? There we go.
You just had to sneak that in there. That's like the switch
Yeah.
flip, switch manny of skate fillet now. Every week, Mike is going to mention how Zion needs a board.
Zion needs a board
Someone
now.
on the show.
You need a board fucking yesterday.
Hey, Mike, when Zion does go pro, you're going to have it behind you in every episode. So it's kind of like our it's like Chris's switch flip, switch manny, but you finally got your Zion board.
It'll go
So
back there somewhere.
It better be in the show.
Maybe I'll move my office around so I have some more like walls exposed where you guys can see what's on the walls.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
not
pretty
a bad
sick
idea.
in here, dude. I love this office, man. It's tight.
So the DC promo video was released on Thrasher.
Oh God. Whoa.
Fuck.
Dude, why did they call it the promo video? That shit's like half an hour long.
Yeah, when I saw the title promo, I was expecting 10 minutes, and then
I was expecting about 8 to 10 minutes. Realistically, I was expecting like 8 to 10, maybe 12 minutes of footage, and it was going to be like a huge edit. That's what I was expecting.
It was long.
T-Funk, wow. Evan and fucking Wes went absolutely buck. Like, oh my god, dude,
They
Wesley,
killed it.
like, wow. Who do you like? I can't. Wow, dude. That
Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite in that
like
thing.
Tiago, like everyone.
Dude,
Everyone.
Tiago's it was the end, right? The nollie back 180, switch front crooks, fakie flip on the table.
Yeah. And
Unbelievable.
who else went off? Ish. Ooh,
Yep.
snapped.
Fish
Dude, I
always
don't
did.
know, man. What about your boy with the
Uh,
body varial out of the Manny?
Aramis, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Aramis. I'm
I
not a
know.
big
I
fan
wish
of
there were
the
more
body
cavi
varial,
clips in
but
there.
I like Aramis.
I wish there was more cavi clips in there. Those dudes are fucked up.
Dude, DC's been putting out a ton of video projects.
And everything has been really heavy. Like if this is the way that the new DC crew is gonna be getting down, I'm cool. I'm on board, yo. Like
Dude,
sounds
I mean, they
good.
had the DC arrival and all.
They
Oh,
got
wait,
yeah,
hold
I was
on. That
gonna
made me
say.
think. Alexis's switch 50 on the kinker.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
That's fucked
That
up.
was
What about
fun.
Johnny Shanahan with the stupid pop?
Yep.
Yeah, DC promo goes in, dude.
I
I
mean,
was
they had
super
DC
stoked.
arrival, Cavi Club times DC, and then now this. And that's only within the past.
Personally, I really wish that they would have like done more like a different name would have helped, I think.
You
DC
feel like the
promo?
name's just inaccurate or
No,
boring?
it's just like a 30-minute video is not a
It
promo.
was 20 minutes, but yeah.
A 20-minute video, in my opinion, is not a promo,
Yeah, I don't know.
especially when there's full parts.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Dude,
strange.
Evan got buckled on the intro.
Oh god, yeah, that was fucked up. The editing is
Pretty
super
horrible.
sick. I really liked it with the way that was put together, though. The
What'd you think
T-Funk
of
footage is
T-Funk?
fuck, dude. I feel
Dude,
like
I
we should
love it.
talk.
Yo, his intro's crazy when he
With
slides
that
out into
dude,
that dude and the guy pushes him.
I'm not gonna lie, the second guy that kicks his leg out, I wish it kind of would have kicked him in the ass. I think it would have been like the funniest thing of all time. I think it would have been like the funniest clip of all time if he just like clipped him just a little kick in the ass as he was skating, as he was walking away.
Oh, that would be funny.
I don't know. I think it would have been absolutely hilarious to see that shit.
I like
But
his
no, that was hectic, dude. He was in and out.
yeah, he dipped.
He was
He
out of
grabbed his
there.
jacket
He
and
was not trying to stick around, dude. What would that old fucker would have done if they would have if he would have actually wrapped him up? That's my question.
yeah, I don't know.
He's a little ass kid, dude. Leave him alone.
It was I don't know. I get that the guy was
How
probably
old?
like was
How
annoying for
old
that
is he
dude, but it
now?
was clearly like it's like he was going after this dude. He tried to stop.
Yeah, yeah. How old is T Funk now? Like 18, 19?
My guess is 19, but I can try Google.
Interesting.
Um,
I feel like we've
I love
known
the
him
Ollie
since he
North
was
the
a
front
little
north that he
boy.
does.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's actually
Yeah,
one we
dude.
saw on King of the Road, right?
Yeah, we did see that one on King of the Road. It was a Lizard King challenge, right?
Yeah, yeah. This says he's 19.
Lizard did it down Hollywood 16.
That's ridiculous.
He also frontside nose slid it, which is really, really
Yeah,
fucked
that's
up.
so gnarly.
That's
So
really
gnarly.
fucked up. Have you ever done that trick down something?
No, I don't do that trick
It's
personally. I
hard
don't like
down
the way it
stuff.
feels.
Oh, I love front nose slide.
I love how they look.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's weird. It's one of those tricks where, like, I mean, I'd for sure rather do it on something like tall than like a normal like lower ledge. I feel like it feels terrible on that.
Mm-hmm. I've done it on like an A frame. That's probably like the biggest thing I've ever done it on.
No, so Hollywood 16's next.
Shit.
So Tiago, your favorite part in that, or T-Funk, or is it the shared
T-Funk.
part of West and
The
Evans?
shared, I mean, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Just the West footage itself is my favorite part of it.
Dude, the nollie back
You know how I
5
feel, dude. I mean, I have a fucking Mafia hoodie on right now. Like, I love Wes Kramer, dude. He's the most Mafia dude.
he is pretty skate mafia.
He's the most Mafia, bro. Now that Smolik is no longer Mafia, Wes is the most Mafia.
You have a point. Um, well, there's one more thing on this list. Actually, there's two more. Yarne
Oh, this one. This is so weird.
So Okay,
Did
Mike
he just
noticed this
jump the
about a week
gun?
and a half ago. It's mentioned on today's skate line that was released, so I'm sure everyone.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched
But
it yet.
but he kind of it's quick and he doesn't. It's interesting. It's still like a little weird. So about a week and a half ago, Mike Medina. I'm gonna pull up the post. Notice Nassim Guamez posted like a photo of a flyer for Jarne Verbruggen's Skate Pro Party Day, September 16th. So this week, and it's the caption says Jarne is pro. Congrats, bro. And Jarne commented with a heart. So like, but no one else has posted. I've not seen anyone
Not
else
even
post it.
Element.
Element hasn't posted it, which is the company turning him
Like,
pro.
even if Yarne didn't post it, okay, you could
Jarne
like
hasn't posted it.
you could throw out like, okay, he's just being humble, but like, yo, Element has not even posted about it. Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
just now. I'm gonna go through like his tag posts to see who else has posted it, and it's just a couple other like small distributions like that sell to shops out there somewhere in Europe, or a couple skate shops. But still, like, yeah, there's no like real big announcement yet. It's a little weird. I don't know. My hope
Especially
is that
for
there's video part coming with it.
well, dude, it's not like he's gotten like any shortage of coverage the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's known.
Like, geez,
As
he
he
just did
should.
Am Scramble and absolutely snapped.
He was hurt most of that trip, wasn't
Yeah, but the shit that he does have is gnarly. The 50 down the kinker.
he? Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
And he
Yarny's,
never,
you already
never
know how I feel about
is
that dude.
forever gonna be an excellent video part.
Yeah, that's one of my
It was
favorite video parts
one
of
of
all
the
time.
sickest intros ever.
Spot selection will always stand out for that part.
As well as
For
the
me.
shared part with Phil Joyson.
What was that?
Oh, double impact, that shared part.
What was Phil's last name?
Joyson.
Nailed it.
That's my guess. It sounds right.
Say it one more time, dude.
Zwison.
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 I've always referred to him as that Phil dude.
Phil, that okay. He's sick.
That sucks that I don't know how to. So what is it?
Zwison.
Zwison.
Yeah, there we go. Just say it faster.
All right. Got it.
Yeah, so Yarne apparently is pro, getting his pro party, his board, and everything this week. I'm interested to see if I don't know more people post. I don't know. It just seems like a weird situation a little bit, social media wise.
Especially for like my dude, you know, like Yarne's the
Well, and a
shit.
brand Element, like that's not like a small thing. Like
Yeah, they definitely promoted when they turned Sasha pro, and I think that he was a smaller name than Yarne is.
Yeah, I would have. I don't know. I'm assuming we'll see more this week as the events.
Yo, fuck, dude, let's see more Sasha footage, dude.
Sasha's
red.
Full cab.
Fully.
Fully. Let's talk about the last topic, and then we can talk about whatever we want. Epically Latered is now on Viceland.
Oh
And
man.
the first episode was with Bam Margera. Personally, I have not finished it. I've watched about half of it. I have very much enjoyed the half that I've seen. But Mike, Bam's had a bigger impact on you personally, and
Definitely.
more people your age for sure. And I know you were super psyched on this, so I'm gonna let you go wherever you want with this.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for the platform.
You are welcome.
But no, first things first about the whole Epically Later is I think Patrick O'Dell deserves like a fucking round of applause for everything that he does with those because they're brilliant.
They're always
really put together very well. Nothing seems like it's said because he asked some kind of like
very
question
natural
to get. Yeah, they're very natural. Exactly.
Conversational.
Seeing him out in Barcelona to try to get sober was really fucking interesting. Did you get to that part?
Yes, I've seen that.
It's really, really interesting that there's just so many things to Bam's story that makes it really, really hard for me to be like, well, he needs to get his shit together and he needs this and he needs that. And this dude was throwing millions of dollars in his face to literally be an asshole and get paid for it. And he knows that. Like, he had his uncle get fucking put in prison for some sketchy shit. He had his best friend die in a fucking plane or in a car crash. Like, these aren't just normal things that everyone has to deal with.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So the fact that like his life kind of went a negative direction, it's not really a surprise. Like we've seen
Yeah.
it millions of times in the past with people that are thrown money and given
Hmm.
these crazy endorsement deals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um Back to like the documentary itself though, like the way that he's portrayed it, and I felt like it was like he was trying to be as real as possible to the camera. Like
Hmm.
as especially for a guy who was paid millions of dollars to be a character
Yes, I would
for
agree.
God
That's a good
knows
point.
how long. Like there are thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people that know who Bam Margera is and have never stepped on a skateboard,
Yeah, which is
which
crazy.
is absolutely
There's not.
outrageous.
That's
Like
a short list of people that are like that.
there's like a like a three people list maybe, like
Deerdeck,
Tony Hawk,
Tony Hawk.
Deerdeck, Bam Margera. That's I
That's
can't think of anyone else
probably it.
personally. Personally, I can't think of somebody who has never stepped on a skateboard who they would know these people. And that's saying a lot. It's saying a lot. Do you know what I mean? Because skateboarding's been around forever. Our
Oh, you know
subculture
what?
has been.
Sheckler could probably be on that list.
I'll throw Sheckler on that list. I'll put Sheckler on that list for sure. But at the
Maybe
same time,
Terry
though,
Kennedy.
Sheckler it wouldn't be as recognizable to an older crowd as those people would,
Okay.
in my opinion. Because a lot of people's kids watched Bam Margera. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
Like, okay, back then when it was like on TV, I
Yeah.
was what, 13, 14 years old. Like
Well,
my
how old were you
parents,
when Sheckler had his show? How long ago was that?
Sheckler's show was much more short lived and wasn't
Yeah.
promoted the same way that Bam show was. Bam
Okay.
show was like commercial, Viva la Bam, like because it was playing off
Really?
Jackass's success.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in promoting Bam Margera shit, it was almost as if MTV was also promoting their other projects, the Jackass, the Wild Boys, the other shit that they had going on at the same time. So like the whole thing behind it was like Bam Margera was definitely thrown in your fucking face, like for sure. And his show was extremely entertaining, and it was made for a certain demographic of people that like wanted to vicariously live through him. Does
Yeah.
that make any sense? Like
Mhm.
if you go back and watch this shit, it's all just nonsense, man.
Yeah.
Like it's all nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, they
But
show a couple clips from it in his.
yeah. And I remember CKY videos. That's the craziest shit. Before Viva La Bam and Jackass was even a thing.
Yeah.
That's the gnarliest shit. The CKY videos were like weird. Just really weird. Like I remember going into RQ board shop when I was probably 12, 13, like just getting into skating, just starting to buy my own, like figure out what size board I like and shit. And there was a CKY video in there. And because it was new, my mom or my grandma or whoever I was with, was flowing me boards and, mom flow, grandma flow. I'm sure they bought me CKY. And I remember that they hated it. They absolutely hated it because there was something where like it showed like his asshole or like he was shitting or something like that, and they were just like, "Oh my god, like what did I buy you?" kind of thing,
Yeah.
And then it literally went on to be like Jackass and have movies and all this other shit. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy. But I don't know. Back to Bam though. Like first of all, him getting back into skating because he says something along the lines of like it's the only place where he's felt like at home, where he's felt like he didn't need to be a certain way or pretend to be a certain way. That's like the most relatable thing for me because I
Mhm.
stopped skating for I don't know a couple of years, and I was like, I came back and I was just like, oh shit, like it was like nothing, like I never left, like
Interesting.
especially for him to relearn tricks is really
Yeah.
gnarly because Bam was like extremely like all terrain back then. Like
Yeah.
he
I mean,
skated everything, dude. Like watch his
yeah.
video parts, man. He skates
Yeah.
everything.
He's mainly known for like, I mean, getting pretty buck, right?
Yeah, but he'll also go to like FDR and do fucked up transition stuff.
Okay, but does he have crazy ledge tricks in his parts?
Not crazy ledge tricks,
Because
but
I
like
can't picture
switchback
any, but
tails and like hard ledge tricks, like
okay.
switchback tails and shit. Like
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
just like some novice ledge trick that you do at the end of a line. Like he's got
Mhm.
switchback tails and he's got like switchback smits and he's got the
Sick. Okay.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
because I
he'll
mean, I've
also
seen
drop
like
in.
I've seen, yeah, like him. I mean, the thing, that huge bank he hobbles into, it's the Encinitas Civic Center.
Dude, he does a bunch of them. He does a
Just a
bunch of
yeah.
those,
I mean,
man.
this one I'm speaking of is in. They show it in his
In
Epic
Epic
Later.
later.
That
Gotcha.
thing is insane. Brandon Turner tried to do it Switch actually, but
Wow.
yeah.
Brandon Turner's buck though.
Yo,
Like he's
he
not a
is. Yes,
slouch ass dude. Yeah. I don't know,
100%.
man. The BAM shit is like, I wanted more. I almost wish they would do it into parts.
Mhm.
But it's whatever. I'm not like left feeling like I need more. I just want more. Like it's cool. He's one of the dudes that has such a unique story and like his history has basically just been in the public eye, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's been in forever. Like I remember when I first started writing for Drew's like website, I did like a random write up on like an energy drink that Bam put out.
Really?
Yeah. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And like it's just come so far with him that like I didn't even realize he was still on Element.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. What is up with that?
I had no idea he was still on Element. I for sure thought they took his board away, let alone they wouldn't do a reissue. Like, I don't know. There must be like genuine signs of hope that he's like back for them to do that, you think?
Yeah. I mean,
Like they're not just gonna
obviously
be
they
like,
did.
oh, Bam did a kickflip. We're gonna reissue his board. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you
See
think
if
of
he's
his
on the
street
team
clips, dude?
page.
They're fucked. Trey flip rock on that street
Yeah.
training spot. That was
He's not on the
fucked,
team
dude.
page.
Is Muska?
Um, Chad Timtim is. I just said that because his name's Chad. No, Muska's not on here either.
Interesting. What do you make of that?
You know, I'm not really sure.
All right.
I don't know. Hey, Cookie's on here though. He goes.
Who does?
Cookie.
Oh yeah, Cookie
Hey, you know
Colvin.
what's actually interesting? Yarne isn't listed on this thing either.
Dude, what do they make? What do you make of that?
You know, I'm really not sure.
Like they straight up reissued his Welcome to the Family board.
Not just neck tattoos though.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is so funny.
Mason Silva, he is insane.
Is he on there as pro?
Yeah, he's on there.
What?
So the reason I actually pointed him out is kind of this actually doesn't split it up into pros. So it just says team, and then there's advocates, which is like 3 people I've never heard of, and then French Fred, and then the founder.
3 people I've never heard of.
And then other than that, it's team. It doesn't say like am or pro. So I don't know how updated it is. It's at least somewhat updated, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, regardless of all that, I think a lot of people are excited to see more stuff from Bam. Obviously, now that he is back skating, and I mean, they show him out filming in that Epically Later.
Yeah,
Epic
I hope
Later
we
is
get a
super
video
cool.
part. That'd be crazy.
That would be insane if there's a Bam video part.
I would not ever expect that.
People would be stoked.
Yeah, they'd lose their minds, dude. He put out a few clips and people lost their minds.
Yeah, it would be cool to see the impact that a Bam video part would have today.
The only one I feel like would have like a bigger, so to speak, would be Muska.
That would be insane too.
People
I mean,
would fucking cry.
Muska's Muska flip on King of the Road had people tripping.
I had me like emotional.
That was super cool to see.
A straight emotional ass grown man. Like, wow, man. Wiping away tears and shit. Yeah. Muska's back. Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that's it for episode 118. Mike and I will be back with 119. Street League Super Crown is this Friday. As well as, Mike, is Epically Later going to be weekly, just how King of the Road was?
I sure hope so.
I
think so, because they did the premiere party for Heat.
Okay, yeah. So we should have another Epically Later to talk about.
Oh, man. If
I'm planning on being at Super Crown, so hopefully I have I mean, I'll at least talk about the experience, but I mean, I'll watch the same contest that everyone else watches, so we can talk
I met
about that.
Heath. I met
What was
Heath.
that?
I met Heath one time.
Yeah, that's legendary.
Thanks,
All
dude.
white fit. And yeah, so we'll be back. Hit us up if there's anything maybe we forgot to touch on or something coming up this week you want us to talk about next week, and we'll make sure to include that in the show. And thanks for listening. Peace.